Guys, welcome back to Lengua de la Liga. It is time for our official table predictions for the upcoming season. Yeah, we got the big three, Miami Heat, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James here, breaking it down for you guys. Let us know in the comments as we go through our picks which one you think we have overrated and overhyped the most and which one we are disrespecting. There's one pick I think is disrespectful, but it was unanimous disrespect. So it's going to be a great time to talk about that. If you guys like Spanish football, make sure you are subscribed. And of course, smash the like button. Boom!
Oh man,
here we are, boys.
Not terrible, not terrible.
Fun fact: Espanyol and Alaves were actually tied on the exact same amount of points. We do have Girona overall relegated. I'm the only one of the three of us who actually had them safe. I had them in 17th. Can you guys briefly why you think Girona's going down? You've lost faith.
Bro, not lost. Okay, I don't know if the faith was ever had.
Yeah, did you have some
first? Yeah, I don't know if you had any left after last season.
I still got it, baby.
That's crazy take. It's a crazy take. It's
a crazy he just loves take. The kit. He just loves the kit. That's why he's
bro. I guess I don't know. Wasn't bro? So you're telling me they could lose Miguel Gutierrez, they can lose Don Yuma, which again, even him. It's not like he was some super high producer last year, but I think he was one of the more exciting attackers. He's going to be playing for somebody else in La Liga this season. We'll talk about that. But, bro, it's just like you can't keep doing this season after season, losing your best players, your best ballers, and expect me to take you seriously. I just can't. And I think last season I gave them a little bit of benefit of the doubt. And when I say benefit of the doubt, I meant just staying safe, like not getting relegated after losing their three best players the year before. Now, nah, bro, that's it. The cuffs are off. I can't do it. I'm done. You know, it's been real, bro. We'll see you in La Liga 2 in 2026, and yeah, we'll be there.
2 years ago, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, and I thought that because they had the backing of City, right, that you'd see a lot more players coming through or a lot more interchange. But to Jose's point, when you get pillaged like that and you add Tomas Lemar, Atleti legend, he's not gonna carry the team on his back. Come on, man.
Bro, pillage is crazy. Pillage is crazy.
It's crazy, but also accurate. This is. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I back Michel. That's it. That's the one reason. If he's as good of a manager as I think, he's good enough to finish in 17th. I don't expect anything more. But I'm very nervous about this pick because their home form isn't even that good.
No.
Like, they don't really have a trap card at all.
I think the promoted teams give them trouble. And I think if that's going to be the case, then I don't know how we can really realistically have faith. But I mean, look, man, maybe they prove me wrong. Maybe that Navy kit they're rolling out this season has some crazy vibes attached to it, and like we see a different form of Girona going in. I don't see how it's possible, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm also kind of backing Yasser Asprilla to have a breakout season, so those predictions kind of go hand in hand, but I think it's going to be a hideous watch for Girona this season, but I think Michel can do just enough. Real Oviedo, consensus 20th. Yes. All three of us had them dead last.
Yeah.
Are we haters? Why 20?
We're realists.
Bro, well, first off, they're the last team to get in. Like I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Levante was the clear runaway winner. Elche was right behind them. I mean, I haven't seen. It's not like Oviedo have had this crazy transfer strategy coming into the new season. Like, oh, we're gonna do what Southampton was doing up in the Prem and just trying to like buy a bunch of pieces to make sure we stay up in La Liga the following season. I mean, no, it's just like hope for the best.
Yeah,
and this is probably the best.
Y'all know they lost their top goal scorer to Pachuca.
Hey man, Pachuca's legit though, you know.
Liga Max,
Alexander Zerwowski.
Don't sleep on us,
bro. How are you gonna get promoted to La Liga, and you sell your top goal scorer to Mexico?
And that's fine if you do something with it. If you spend the funds, if you find a way to reinvest, it's not a terrible. Well, it's not a great strategy either. But I don't know. Again, it's more of the lack of movement. If you move some players on, maybe they weren't good enough to really do anything in La Liga anyway. But I just got to see some reinvestment. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I think them and Elche are going to really struggle this season. You want to talk about some also crazy on this slide. So we have Espanyol in 16th. I'm the only person who picked them to get relegated.
I know.
have them
Isn't
in
that
18th.
wild? I knew for sure you were gonna call this out today too, bro. Because I did not. I had them getting saved. I was like, dude, Jackson have a fucking field day with this, bro.
Save, bro. You have them in 14th.
Yeah, I think it was 14th or 15th. I can't remember. But like,
You have a historic season for Espanyol coming up.
I think because they added Joan Garcia Light to this team, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like here's what's crazy, bro. If anybody watched last season, specifically the final Catalan derby between Espanyol and Barça, bro, if they played that way week in and week out, Espanyol would actually be, and this is me taking the hater hat off for a second, they would actually be a decent side. Like they really wouldn't be that bad. I don't know what it is, what motivational piece has to come into play. But bro, like if anybody watched that game, I feel like they just gotta mentally approach every team like they're Barca, and they'll be competitive in the league
or a top four. I feel like they always trouble Madrid too. Like it's not an easy walk in the park, especially at home. If they just continue that run, you can easily get 16. Look at these teams. You're telling me they're not better than Girona? Where'd you have them, Jack? Out of curiosity.
Espanyol?
Yeah.
18th.
See, I think 15th minimum because of who's behind them. Because I just don't have a lot of faith in Alaves, in Girona, in Oviedo, Elche. Yeah. You can even even go as far as saying Levante, putting them in that bucket too. I mean, I don't know. It's just there's not a ton of faith there. So it's more a criticism of those teams as opposed to me giving Espanyol all the flowers in the world.
Two things. Joan Garcia was by far the best goalkeeper in the division last season. I do not think Dimitrovic is great. If he can, but he will have to do 90% Joan Garcia to keep them up. Also, they beat Madrid. That's why they stayed up. Are they going to do that again? Like, what are the odds that they do that again? I don't know. I don't think lightning strikes twice. These boys are cooked. As far as I'm concerned, these guys.
Hey, I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it at all. I will take it. I will hold my hands up and be like, Espanyol, you know what? I was wrong. I try to give you benefit of the doubt. But I do think, again, if there was a game plan here, it's like find a way to replicate that form against the other teams because at the end of the day, you're right. It's not going to happen again back-to-back seasons. So they got to find a way. Got to find a way.
It's like the story of La Liga, though. Like, even look at Leganés. Leganés was so good against the big three last season. But then when they go play anybody else, they're getting piped down 3-1 by Las Palmas. Like, they just, I don't know what it is.
Las Palmas too, actually.
Dude, and where are they? They didn't make this list. They're down in the depths of hell. We all have Levante staying up.
Yeah.
So huge pressure on the Levante manager to not make us look like idiots this season because we all had them. Let me see. I think I had them the highest. I got Levante in 14th.
Ooh.
Andre, you got 17th. Jose 16th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all relatively the same in my opinion. You know, like that area, you're kind of just that middling team that, they may slide a little bit here and there in the table, but I expect it. I think one team should stay up from that promotion bunch, and I feel like they're best positioned to do it. So, man, we'll see. I think Levante, I don't know, man. I have this, do you guys ever feel this way where you kind of feel like some weird pressure as the big three to like really blow out these promotional teams, and when it doesn't happen, or like, you know, when you go into a halftime 0-0 against Levante or Elche or somebody, you're like, bro, it's going to be one of those days. I feel like they're just going to be that team this season.
Yeah. I mean, all they have to do is get 41, 42 points, and then you're saved. So as long as you're in the safety zone, then you're good.
Yeah.
Y'all know how many games they lost at home last season?
That's a good question.
2?
1. Lost one game at home, dude. That's why I'm backing these boys, dude. If you have great home form like that, look at Espanyol. They were like the worst away team in La Liga. But at home, I mean, it was Atletico and then Espanyol in terms of points at home. I mean, it was crazy. So I think Levante, if they can just do that again, just lose away. Who gives a damn? But if you can win at home, they'll be okay. Are we flattering Sevilla at 14th?
Yes.
Like, I got a little pissed off looking at that. I mean, they should have been on the first slide.
I had them at 12 because
you had them at 12, bro.
I'm an optimist, and
12 is fucking crazy. You had them at 12?
I believe it's going to be a really tight midfield. I believe it's going to be like a 1-point goal differential situation, like it was last season. If you look at it, right?
Andre,
if you look at Getafe, Espanyol, Alaves, they all tied in points. So just giving them a benefit of the doubt, man.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, this might be the most nostalgia merchant take on the show today. I'm not really
I
sure.
like the romance of Sevilla, dude. We need Sevilla. Sevilla is basically
Bro.
the heartbeat of La Liga. Sevilla is the heartbeat of La Liga, dude. You can't tell me otherwise.
The inner
Bro, it's a
football purist in
beautiful
Andre.
city too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like he's legitimately just trying to keep them alive. He believes more than Sevilla fans do at this point. That's probably the case.
That's probably the case. Yeah.
Bro, are they not also in a position where they have to keep selling? I think they're about to get rid of who's their center back, Bade?
Dude, if he goes,
Yeah, if he
they're-
goes, it's that back line is already in trouble, and you take away the most promising center back you have. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we've been giving them benefit of the doubt for a long time now, and in all honesty, man, like when I was making my list, I debated whether or not to switch Espanyol and Sevilla in my list.
Ooh.
Like it just you can make the case for it. You really can.
You
I
can
don't know
definitely
where
make the
this team
case.
is. Yeah.
Jose, you got them 15th. I had them 16th, so I had them the lowest here. I think it's still live or die by Luca Bacchio, and he was pretty cold in the second half of the season.
It was. Yeah,
If he doesn't start getting back to it, I think Saul Niguez left as well. I think he's going to Brazil.
He's gone.
And he was one of their better midfielders last year. So
Mhm.
if Bade's out, man, that's why I don't have them relegated, because their defense is actually pretty solid and annoying. But if he's gone, they're in big trouble. If I was from Mallorca or Getafe, though, I would be super insulted that we have them so close to Sevilla, because I feel like Getafe are a better team than Sevilla.
On paper.
They're more I mean, Getafe, yes.
The thing about Sevilla too is, going back to your point, Jack, of like home field advantage. For some reason, I feel like it has to come into play, right? Like going to Sevilla was always scary. I don't think last season it was, but if they find a way to like get their fans to rally behind them, like that place is a fortress, dude.
Well, I would say,
yeah,
I agree. I would actually say that despite the negative sentiment last season, when I tuned into games, it felt like the atmosphere was still there, like to an extent. Like it's, and granted, they're a little more pissed off. They're a little more, the chants are really kind of aimed at the ownership group and all of those things.
Yeah.
But they're still showing up and they're still trying to find a way to have their message heard. So I agree. Like the pieces around the club that should be there are there. But it's still, no matter what, not translate to results. You combine that with the fact that they're just moving pieces on, not reinvesting. It's difficult to have faith in this team. Like it really is. And I agree with what Jack just said about Getafe. They are technically like a better team than Sevilla. It shouldn't be this close. But then just every now and then, bro, you have these beatdowns that Getafe goes through, you know, and maybe it's Bordalas deciding some stupid lineup before in a game where he should be taking it seriously, and he's just rotating. I know that happened a couple times last season. Yeah. They drop weird points here and there. So I was actually kind of curious as to what Getafe would do moving forward this season. I want to give them benefit of the doubt, despite the fact that I hate that club. I want to give them benefit of the doubt, but I don't see, like, defensively they're very sound. I don't see the attacking pieces putting them beyond this point that we have them in the list. Like, they're not sexy at all.
They have like a hard cap. Getafe have a hard ceiling, but I think they also have a hard floor. Like, if they were battling relegation on the final match day, I would be stunned, just because they have such a strong identity as a team and they draw so many games. I would be like, wow, what went wrong? And if we look at the attacking pieces, which they don't have a ton, they didn't lose anybody like super vital. Amberechi, the Uruguayan guy who's like their cam/CM, he's still there. So as much offensive talent as there is, they didn't have like a talent drain like some of the other teams in La Liga. Omar Alderete, the center back that you guys know I love from Paraguay, looks like he's off to Sunderland. That will hurt them, but the system is so defensive, I feel like they could probably just plug somebody else in there and it would be okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. That was my thought on it.
I think it's a system thing. And I will say, too, it'll be very telling in match day one what Getafe will do. They're traveling to Celta. So, like, I think this is a perfect opportunity to determine, like, how serious they are, especially on the road, right, against a team as good as Celta, who also has their own ambitions for this season. We'll talk about them. But, yeah, man, I think that'll be very telling for Getafe.
They only scored 34 goals last season, and the only team that scored less or fewer goals was Valladolid at 26. So you can't finish
Right, sounds about
19th
right.
in goals scored. Like that's insane.
I mean, you can if you only concede so many. Like it's possible, right? You have
Goal
to do a
differential
lot
was
of
like
1-0s.
4 or
You have
5,
to-
something like that.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, bro, 2 years ago, whenever it was, when Barca won the title under Xavi, they did it with, I don't know what, 13, 14 1-0s. Like, it's still possible to have a strong position on the table with very minimal output, attacking-wise, but it's just a very steep uphill climb. Like, you're asking a lot, I think, for a whole nother season to do that all over again.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to expose myself now because I wanted to go in here with one hotter take. I'm like, all right, what team am I going to back to just kind of propel forward a little bit? And I picked Valencia. I actually have Valencia in 8th.
oof.
I think they're going to push for Europe this season. And that's literally Corberan and Javiguera. Just like all chips going into that basket. I think, let me see. Jose, you had them 12th.
Yeah.
Andre,
I had
you had
them
them
10th.
10th. So, I mean, I didn't go like way higher than the rest of you.
No.
But I am the only person that has them in the single digits. I know they lost Mosquera. I know the situation is still very gloom and doom at the club. But Corberan was so freaking good when he came in there. And I don't think there's a lot of elite managers in the league right now. I still think he can do something with the young pieces that Valencia have. Maybe I'm playing into a little bit of the intangibles, right? Like the horrible flood that happened last year and like the like the spiritual bonus to kind of put on for the city type thing. But I think they're going to surprise. And they don't have Europe. They're not going to be battling your Conference League, Europa League, like some of the other top half challengers. Yeah, they lost Mosquera, but they still kept some of their other important pieces. I don't know. I think they're going to be the revival story of the league. That's my hot take from this group so far is Valencia to do very well.
I could see that, the comeback player of the season. I think it can't be worse than last year, right? Like they saw rock bottom. No, but that's the
certainly
thing,
not in the
like,
beginning.
Exactly. The first half of the season, it's like, dude, you're like what 17th, like teetering with relegation. I do think that second half of the season carries forward into this season, especially because they don't have Europe. All you have to worry about is La Liga and a couple of El Rey matches, and that's it. So that's what I had.
Keep in mind too. I think the one interesting piece I talked about it. I teased it a little bit earlier, but I mean, it happened yesterday, day before. Danyuma's now at Valencia, and so left Villarreal. He's bounced around quite a bit. I do like him as an attacker. I don't know why, for the life of me, he hasn't stuck somewhere for longer than like a season or two. I don't know if it's a personality thing.
It is a personality thing.
Yeah.
Guy?
Apparently he's just kind of a selfish prick. Is basically.
Hey man, I think you can do that if you're winning and scoring, right? Winning cures all things. So I think if he's bagging goals, I don't think anybody at Valencia on the team will really care. So we'll see. It'll be another test for him, for another La Liga side that he's being a part of. A lot of potential, man. Like it's one of those things where the ceiling's high, but the floor equally is very low if he gets it in his own way.
I think the floor is low for Valencia as well. I mean, I truly think if Javiguera goes down, that midfield is in big trouble. But adding Danjuma, I mean, if he scores like 8 goals for them in the league this season, massive dub of a transfer. Yeah. And they probably will finish top half. So I'm really curious to see what happens with Valencia because, I mean, it could go south quickly. Yeah. Breaking into the top half of the table here, the first thing I got to shout out, and this might be crazy disrespectful. I wish Elijah was here. We all had Celta de Vigo above Real Betis.
Have to.
That's
all of us.
That's fair.
Have to. I thought I was going spicy with that.
Nope. Bro,
he's only out for what, 2 months?
Yeah, Isco's out for what? Is he out for 3 or 2 months?
A few months. Doesn't matter. Yeah. It's like the beginning of the season.
So this is 9 games, right? Or 10 games. Yeah, that's condemned to death below.
But then look, but you compound that on top of everything else, right? Rodriguez not there anymore. Were they ever able to make that deal with Anthony? Cardoso now gone as well.
30 million.
It's just like they did again. Another team in La Liga. I hate this summer, bro. Another team in La Liga who did not reinvest after selling pieces. Sorry, guys. I'm also like ranting at the same time.
Another team that had historic highs and was like, all right, this is enough.
That's it. We're good. I don't need anything else. Fuck it. We'll sell everybody. And again, bro, it's like I would love to. And to top it off, their kid's kind of ass. So I would say, put everything together. I don't expect Betis to have the best season all the way around. What an L. What an L of a summer for this club.
You tell me De Osa, Nathan, and Riquelme are going to carry you to Europe. That's not gonna happen, dude. I'm sorry, but that's just come on, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Bro, Riquelme,
Riquelme,
we got some decent money for that move too. I was
you
like,
did.
"Sure,
That's a
all right,
finesse
I'll
move
take
by
it."
you. Yeah.
It was a bit of a finesse. Now he might have 15 goals this season. Now that I've said that, but at the
Still,
time of the sale, I'm like, this is not like you're lose. You also already lost Yao last winter. He went to Como, immediately cooked. You've lost Jesse Rodriguez, one of
Yep.
your better academy products in the last couple years. He's gone. Now you're bringing in Riquelme. I'm like, okay, this is a bit interesting one. The best signing they've made, honestly, is Junior Firpo on a free.
Free transfer.
That could be a banger.
solid.
Dude, he had like 16 GA in the championship. I mean,
Trust
Andre,
me,
I don't
I
know
know.
why I'm even saying this.
Trust
but
me, I know.
forgot we had a Leeds fan here. I'm like, guys, you wouldn't believe how good he was. No, yeah,
No, he's
that's
legit.
do you think, just like quickly, you think that was a super smart move from Betis, or you think defensively it's not good enough to fit how they want to play? Like, what do you think?
Well, look at what happened at Barcelona, right? Like the way that we play, especially moving up to the Prem, he's gonna get exposed left and right. Like, yeah, he's solid going forward, but defensively, you need a way better left back. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Joey. I don't know.
I mean, I think he's a guy who his emotions get the better of him sometimes. And
Yeah.
I would say that's the floor, right? Is that like, bro, sometimes as an outside back, if he gets rounded by a winger, whatever the case may be, it's like he automatically starts opting for like being aggressive,
Pulling the jersey,
stupid yellows. It's like things like that kind of like as a fan frustrate you. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the upside is there 100%. Like I like the way he goes forward. I think at a time he definitely served a purpose for Barca as well before we moved him on. And so I think for where La Liga is, I don't think it's a bad signing. I think it's actually a good signing.
Especially on a free.
Yeah.
A free, man.
Yeah, it's a good signing.
Dude, La Liga should be free transfer merchants. Like every expiring contract, they should just be the first guy on the phone. Like, get him in here. We're just going straight salary cap right now. No transfer fee. It is what it is. But I mean, yeah, there's a lot of old-fashioned business shit going on that I really think is holding everybody back. Osasuna, I want to talk about, Jose, excuse me, not Osasuna, Rayo. Jose, you got him in 7th, bro. You're going bullish in Rayo Vallecano next season.
I am. I see a Betis 24-25 in Rayo Vallecano this season. This team was top 10 defensively in the league last year. I think we talked a lot about Getafe and how high their floor is because of how good their defense is. They just added Luis Felipe as well. Very experienced. Had a stint at Betis, but a lot of people remember him from his time at Lazio. Yeah, man, I think they feel like a safer pick. When I think about all these middling teams in the middle of the table, they just feel like a safer pick. It also helps that Vallecas typically is a place that teams fear to go play at. Last season wasn't necessarily the case. I still remember Espanyol beating the shit out of them in their own stadium. Like that's a tough pill to swallow. But I do think they bounce back this year, prioritize those matches at the Vallecas, and now, right, they have Conference League, if I'm correct. And so I could see a Betis like season in the cards for them. And I think what the point that I want to hit home with that is that Betis had all these matches they had to kind of worry about. And despite kind of a rocky start to the season, found a way to make every one of those worthwhile. I think there will be a slight adjustment period when the matches start piling up, September, October, November. But I think beyond that, they'll start to figure things out. And if they get back to the home form we know that they're used to having, very, very interesting season ahead for Rayo, I think.
They finished at 52 points last year, 41 goals for, 45 against. Do you think they do better than that?
Yeah, I think so. With the pieces they added a keeper, a center back, and I think a midfielder so far in this window. I like Isi Palazon. I think he's also a very underrated baller in the middle of that field. Like I said, it's more an issue of their floor being raised as opposed to their ceiling going over the top. Some pieces that I'm sure they can find a way to work in and see more offensive production. But even if that doesn't happen and we see similar numbers to last season, I think defensively they'll concede less.
I think my argument, I had them 12th.
I had them 11.
I have them, yeah, you had them 11 as well. So like I kind of think Europe's going to work against them in the sense that they've never been there. So they're going to go all in, man. I think they're going to say, screw the league. If we can win the Conference League, it's like their greatest achievement in God knows how long. So I think
don't sleep on Palace now. They got relegated from Europe.
I mean, that's
from
fair.
Europa
That's
League.
fair. That's fair. But but look, do we not feel like La Liga in the
That's
Conference
actually
League?
true. Holy shit.
But compare La Liga to the rest of the Conference League for the most part. I just feel
No, it's fair.
like
Yeah.
quality wise, they'll have enough to like be competitive in that league and rotate when needed with Europe included, and still be that team in La Liga. In my opinion.
don't.
Yeah,
I think it's going to get tricky.
I don't think we felt that way about Betis either last season, and look what happened. That's all I'm going to say.
But
So I think it's different.
Betis last season is clear of this Rio team, though.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair shout.
Like, combined 11 is probably like 9 Betis guys.
No,
and the depth.
I
they're bringing like Abde off the bench and Cucho sometimes or Bacambo off the bench as well. Like they have weapons. Ricardo Rodriguez doesn't even start sometimes. Rio, I feel like depth is always what bites them in the ass. Like they have a pretty good 11, but they just have no dynamic guys to bring on and throw at striker or the wing.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like they'll be fine until maybe. I think if they make quarterfinals, maybe I'm being disrespectful, but quarterfinal of the Conference League, I think job well done. I think they're going to run up against a good Dutch team or Danish team and could be lights out.
Yeah, I mean it's fair. And keep in mind, Betis turned a massive corner when they signed Cucho, when they signed Anthony, right? When they brought in those players to really kind of take them over the top. That's when all the results started coming through. So again, and maybe that, who knows, bro? I mean, we look at the window opportunities in January, but depending on where they are. Again, this could be a massive L that I'm taking, but I still believe in the high floor that they've set with the defense, bro. Because like I don't know, I think not conceding quite as many goals, stacking a solid depth piece like Luis Felipe on top of that, and bring another keeper in to kind of challenge there. I think it's interesting.
Speaking of massive L, Real Sociedad in 8th. This is a team that we crapped on, and rightfully so. It was completely justified all of last season. And we got them in 8th. Can somebody tell me, what did they finish last year? They finished in 11th. So after losing Zubamendi, losing Aguerd, just being awful in terms of kit design, relying fully on Takefusa Sakubo to do everything offensively next year, we've moved them up 3 spots in the league.
I don't know who did. I had them finishing the exact same place just to be fucking nice to them this season. I have them in 11th or 12th, whatever it was. So whoever
you had 11th.
Yeah, it's not me.
I have 9th. Andre, you got 8th.
Yeah, don't sleep on my boy Gonzalo Guedes from Wolves. Come on, man.
Bro. Guedes is not good enough to carry this entire attack. I mean, granted, he'll have Kubo, but like he's not the guy. He's not him. Portugal has been wanting him to be him for I don't know how many years.
I might feel the same way about Sociedad, and I was actually like thinking about this last night. I might feel the same way about Sociedad as I do like Sevilla, for example. Like we need those teams to like push in the midfield. You know what I mean? To be the best of the rest. So
let it go, Andre. Let it go, bro.
Come on, man.
Let it go. Time's done. We're 2025.
I mean, I feel you. I went romantic with Valencia, so I understand. I understand.
Thank you, Jack.
You got to pick and choose your battles here.
It's over.
I hope it's over. Like I hope I'm wrong. If Sociedad finished 15th, I would have a massive smile on my face. Not because I have anything against the club. I just hate how they've treated this core group of players, which is actually crazy talented, and they've done nothing. Alguacil is gone. New guys coming in. Santiago, I forgot his name.
I don't know anything about him.
Somebody will. He's from the Sociedad B ranks, so I'm a little worried if he's just if he's an Alguacil clone, bro. Drop my ranking to 13th. They're cooked. But if he actually comes in with some new ideas,
like fresh,
then I think they have enough to finish in 8th. And again, no European football. So if Rayo are battling European football and they finish above Sociedad, God help them. That would be so embarrassing.
Sergio Francisco? Francisco? Yeah. So, I don't know anything about him. So we'll see. I mean, if I hope, though, it's something completely different. If we don't get more reinvestment from this team who's let go all of their players, then I at least want to see a different, like Andre said, product on the field. Something different, mix it up, be more dynamic, maybe try something completely different and be more vertical. I think if Sociedad at a minimum can be a team that's just more exciting to watch, I'm willing to do what you guys did and concede a couple more positions on the table. But for right now, I can't.
How much was Subimendi? Like 55, 60? Something like that?
Yeah, but they paid it
70 mil.
No.
With add-ons? 70 with add-ons, probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
but
I mean,
yeah. So they paid a little. It was close to 70. I think it was like just over 60. But
okay.
they basically they paid Arsenal paid a little bit extra to pay in installments as opposed to paying everything in one lump sum.
Fair enough.
So Sociedad will have, I guess, some funds for the foreseeable future, but as we've seen, it doesn't even matter. Like in Spain, it doesn't matter how much money you have; it's about how much you can spend, and like nobody cares about the spending part. So,
yeah,
big year for Zubimendi, because if Sociedad do better with him gone, because I think he's overrated. So if they do just as well, if not better, without him, then I'll be, I don't know, rubbing my hands together, looking like a
Birdman style.
watching the downfall. I have nothing against him. I think he's overrated. I think it's safe to say that Celta de Vigo is a team that we're all extremely excited about this season, having them in 6th. If they push for 5th, holy shit, that would be. I mean, I'm asking for a miracle.
The hipster merchants would love that shit.
The hipster merchants. It's a shame. Michael.
By the way, before we go into this part, the last part I mentioned with the last slide that we had was that for those who haven't been paying attention, Brian Zaragoza is not Osasuna anymore. He's now at Celta. And so I think that'll be interesting too. Like just another piece to add as Celta gets ready for a big season. That's a huge signing. Bro, they were rolling party buses out for making a Europa League spot. So the fact that we have those sellies going on, they've been preparing for this for months. I think Celta is going to be like trying their absolute hardest to not give away positions on the table while trying to stay relevant in Europe. I'm actually really excited to watch them this season. Should be good.
Bro, I got Osasuna in 13th. I think Budimir is going to keep them safe, but I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a big ask for them. We're looking at the top 5 here. We all had Villarreal 5th, and we all had Bilbao.
Look at Andre, bro.
The disrespect, dude. I can't even take you seriously right now. I can't.
What? How is that disrespect?
What's the disrespect?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's air it out. Air it out.
All right. Go ahead.
You want to go first? No.
Yeah, I'm down. I have a quick thing on this.
Right.
I don't think it's disrespect, bro. Here's my
thing,
right? Yeah.
Preach the gospel.
Look, everyone can see the elephant in the room, right? Real Madrid in 3rd place. Here's where I think they slipped from last season. I think you guys had a real opportunity. I don't think it's a hot take. You had a real opportunity to go out and reinforce the gaps in your roster with proven talent. And instead, Xabi Alonso opted for up-and-coming talent. And I think that's not a bad shout. I think long-term, when you think about planning the squad, it makes all the sense in the world. It's not really on brand for who Real Madrid is, but that's okay. I think that, again, it's a new era of Galacticos, and that's fine. But I think there will be a point where shit hits the fan this season. I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if it's Rodrigo figuring out that he doesn't want to be there anymore and wants to leave, but has to end up staying because nobody bids for him. I don't know if it's Vinny's contract situation, Mbappe not scoring against the big teams, Jude maybe being out of form. I don't know what it's going to be. Injuries, whatever. I think there will be adversity that comes, and I don't know if you guys have the personalities to deal with it. And I think that Xabi Alonso will be in brand new territory as a manager, trying to overcome the politics of being the Madrid manager combined with the issues on the field. I just think if he faces 50% of the adversity that Ancelotti faced last season, I don't know what to expect. I don't know if he has the personalities to get him around it. So that's the Madrid side of why I put you in 3rd. The other side from an Atleti standpoint is I think that the big challenge I've already mentioned on this show before in previous episodes, I do believe they have to get one over on Big Brother this season. It has to happen. You don't spend as much money as Atleti have spent over the last 2 seasons, this window included, which has been a crazy window for Atleti, combined with last season. I feel like this is why you do it, right? At a minimum, if you don't win any trophies this season, you have to finish above the noisy neighbor on the table. Like you have to. There's no way around it. And I think if you don't, maybe serious questions get asked of Simeone at that point, like very serious questions.
So you're basically banking on it happening. You're banking on it happening.
I am, because at this point, bro, you can't buy this much talent and not have any results. Like if you don't have a trophy, then at minimum you got to win Madrid derbies and finish above them on the table, right?
Well, that's what we kind of talked about it, right? Like which one of the big 3 like is going to end up trophyless because you can't win everything. I still think Atleti, regardless of the talent that they brought in, and this is no like disrespect or anything, but for some reason Simeone has some like voodoo done against him or some shit where he can't get past Madrid. And that in turn means you can't get past in Copa del Rey. You can't get past us in Champions League if we play against each other. So I want to see it happen before I go, yeah, Atleti 2nd for sure.
Yeah. I think from the Atleti standpoint, I think it would be a huge indictment on Simeone if Alonso comes in year one with the situation Jose just explained, and he wins the league above Hansi Flick and above Diego Simeone. I think Alonso will be a great manager if he's not already. Like, I mean, let's be honest, based on what he did at Leverkusen, he's on the trajectory to be on the Mount Rushmore. People might say, oh, that's overreacting. Bro, like nobody has ever done that with Leverkusen. So just because you don't watch the German league because you're a Prem merchant doesn't mean that it wasn't a massive achievement.
Yep.
So put respect on Alonso, but he's having to fix like 10 problems this year. And if he can do that in a absolute pressure cooker environment, then Jesus, he's better than even I think right now. And I think I'm going to be looking at Simeone and everybody else would like, how did you let this guy come in and immediately take your lunch money?
Do you think the Club World Cup was a positive or a negative for Xavi?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's competitive games. I think it has to be a positive because I don't think it was a huge priority for y'all. Y'all didn't care.
I don't know, man.
He seemed like he did.
I feel like, well, not even just that. I think
he wants to win.
Yeah, yes, you want to win, but I think for like the first edition of a Club World Cup where it feels like a proper World Cup in America, the first iteration of its kind, I think Madrid has this like brand that, hey, we're the holder of all major trophies, and this is now kind of a major
unspoken
trophy. Pressure.
Yeah.
Sure. It's just like what they do. It's like their brand, and so I feel like this is very much. It was a serious tournament for them. The way they exited, I think you can not put so much emphasis on that because it's still kind of in the middle of the off season, and like they're bringing in new players. Trent just came in, they're trying to get other new pieces integrated. Like I'm empathetic of that piece, but I do think it was something they wanted to win. Like I think that was marked down as like an opportunity for Alonso to get his first major trophy victory with his new club.
For once, the only thing I'll say, you mentioned we addressed the issues at the back with unproven talent or young talent. I kind of like it because in the past we've gone out and spent, house money on whoever who is like 30 years old. They play for us for 2 or 3 years and then they're out. I mean, we lost Lucas Vazquez, which honestly love the guy, but like it was about time, like 3 seasons later. But then, we addressed the outside backs with pretty solid players, proven talent with Trent. I know that him being a more attacking player than a defensive player, whatever. It's La Liga. I think it's less pressure than being at Liverpool as a right back. So overall, I think if we hadn't addressed those issues, then I would be like, yeah, Madrid probably third. But this year, I feel pretty confident where we're at. I think the issue is going to be the off-the-field stuff with Rodrigo and Vinny. Simple as that. I said it last year, and I know you guys were like, oh, that's a hot take. I said Vinny out of the big three is going to be out. You never know. Like, it might happen, it might not. But I think Mbappe needs to continue to fucking move forward. I think he needs to be Pichichi again if we have any shot at challenging for the title. And the one thing I will say about Barcelona, we haven't really talked about them, is losing Íñigo Martínez is going to be bigger than you guys think. He was the defender of the season last year.
I think, true. He's also like in his mid-30s. And I think that at the end of the day, to ask him to do, because we saw how he broke down at the end of last season, right?
He played
like,
50
wasn't available,
and
he only played like 7 of the last 10 games.
Right.
And so we could have used him so much against Inter. We didn't have him, and we all saw what happened. So I think there's a world in Hansi Flick's mind where he may have been preparing for not life without Íñigo, but potentially the same scenario popping up again where we have to rely upon other players. And now this happens, right? And something to keep in mind, I think a lot of fans out there are like, I don't know, somehow blaming the club for this. It was in his contract. It was a clause, right? Like he activated it. He's the one who asked the club to leave, and so be it, fair right? Go get your bag, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Go get your bag. Like I understand. Take care of your family. With all of that said, I'm a little bit nervous, but I do think that Hansi Flick has set things up in a way where these players benefit strongly from the system. Keep in mind, no one was talking about Íñigo being a world beater before last season.
No, not before.
Never ever came up. He didn't even start under Xavi. It was never the case when he played for any of the Basque clubs. Like, it was just never a thing, right? So I think we'll have some adversity to face, but I do think that with the plethora of center backs that we have, we should be okay. The one I'm really excited to watch though this season, after watching him in preseason, and I've trashed him a lot, bro, is Marcus Rashford. I'm actually really excited to see what happens. I feel like Jack has consistently put the message out that like Leva is quite literally only there to score goals, not really do much else on the pitch. And I agree with that take. I think you now have a player to push him. I think Rashford is going to offer Hansi Flick a forward, a 9, who can do all of the off-the-ball things that you want a 9 to do in that system. High press from the front, constantly make these blistering runs after getting the ball deep and opening up space behind the back line. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting ways that he uses that new piece that he's added to the puzzle.
Not to beat a dead horse, but just out of curiosity, I haven't kept up with it. What's up with Araujo? What's the latest on him?
Well, his release clause is like no longer a thing, which is good. We don't have to sell him for pennies anymore. I mean, I don't know. Like he's just sticking around for the season, still the captain, not injured. Like it's probably going into like the most fresh version of Araujo we've seen in the last couple of years. I still don't trust him. I'll be very, very honest. I don't trust him. It's just
nor should you.
Yeah,
You shouldn't.
I think, like I said, I think we'll defend for the first time in like half a decade. I think there will be a defending champion that repeats. And I think it won't be on the back of our defense. I think it'll be our attack is just too much for everybody to handle. But I don't worry about the league. I actually worry more about one-off tournaments like the Copa or like UCL, where individual moments and mistakes are so prominent that I think that's what costs us. But we can have that conversation another day.
I think for you guys, the biggest thing is, do you stay healthy?
Yeah.
Because I think like even 2 injuries to the squad, and I think you guys drop off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't. That's the whole thing for me. Like, if Koundé goes down, or Lamine goes down, or Pedri, like it's gonna be. There are some positions you can cover. There are others you can't. Like if Koundé goes down, that's a big freaking problem. For Atleti, I think. Let's see. I had them second. Jose, you had them second. Andre, you had them third. I'm a little nervous about how much we're spending because I feel like it's adding more pressure to the season, and I don't know how many of these guys are really that good. Yeah. Like I'll be honest, I love the Baena transfer. I don't love the Cardoso one. The others I just think are kind of okay signings. I'll say it. I'll put it on record. I have serious doubts about almost all of these, and that's not me trying to be like, I don't want us to be under the spotlight this season. I think we should have gone out, signed 3 guys for 50 mil each and called it a day. I don't think we needed to add 8 players to the roster.
Yeah.
That it's almost too much. Like
the Raspadori signing almost made no sense to me. I was like,
Raspadori was out of the blue. Yeah.
Dude, when I saw it announced, I'm like, what are we doing?
This is
what are we doing now?
Giuliani Simeone part 2. Like it quite literally is. It feels that way. Like he's just I don't know. He's going to be interesting to watch, but I don't know what he adds in terms of like unique value to this attack. I don't know.
I saw an article that said the title was like Johnny Cardoso, the CDM that Simeone has been looking for years. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is just
dude. He's been overhyped to the freaking moon.
I know. Well, especially here in the US.
I actually don't know if he's, of course, but I actually don't know how good of a season he's gonna have, dude. Like, he's
pressure.
Some people have been telling me like double pivot with him and Barrios. I'm like, that's defensive as shit. Yeah. I mean, sure, we can do that.
He's more of an 8, isn't he? Like going forward.
I mean, you would say that, but if you look at the numbers last season, Barrios is better in every single offensive category. So you can't bench Barrios.
And
so you
he's
have
not
to start
an upgrade
them
from DePaul. As much as I hate my boy Rodrigo DePaul, dude.
Guys, I'm gonna have to bounce. By the way, just let you guys know. But yeah, man. Barca gonna.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. I'm down. Let's wrap here. I'm good.
Let's wrap. All right, guys, we have it here. A lot of pressure on Barca. Unanimous. Actually, no, sorry. Not unanimous. Andre had them first. Andre had them first. This is going to be hilarious from Villarreal finishing third. Bro, cannot wait to see what happens with that. We'll have a Villarreal versus Bilbao debate when Michael comes back on the channel. But, guys, those are the official predictions for how La Liga is going to play out this season. A couple hot takes in here. You guys let us know, again, which team are we sleeping on? Which team are we gassing up? Way too much down below in the comments. Make sure you follow me and my co-hosts on social media and on their YouTube channels. Everything in the description. We appreciate you guys for watching. We'll be back soon with another episode of Lengua de la Liga. We'll see y'all in the next one.